Hey everybody, it's Amy Warden with Great Cakes Soapworks, and we are on week 10 of the weekly soap challenges. This week we are going to try to create a landscape soap. This idea came from Pam of By the Sea Soaps. She's one of our soap challenge participants, and so when I put together the survey to find out what everybody wanted to do, this came out as one of the top choices. So I just am going to take the idea and run with what I think a landscape soap is. A couple of years ago, I did create one that I was trying to make it look like a beach scene. It had sand on the bottom, and then it had some sky with clouds and a sun. And so I'm going to try to create something a little bit similar to that, and hopefully a little more challenging as well. It's called Poppy Fields. And I got the idea from one of the fragrances that I tested for Brambleberry for their soap panel. They told us later what the fragrance was called, and this one is actually called Poppy Fields. So I had a little bit left, and I'm going to make a small batch, and I'll explain to you how I'm going to put it together as we go along. So I'm ready to get started. Alright, I've done quite a bit of prep work to do some embeds for this soap. I've already created my little poppies and what I think are going to be stems, and my girls helped me out with that this afternoon, rolling all these tiny little balls to look like poppies. So this is where I'm going to put the whole thing together, and I'm going to build it from the top of the soap is going to be in the bottom of the mold. And so this soap that I'm doing right now is going to be the sky, and then I'm going to make a little bit of green soap to mix with my little poppies for the grass. Definitely don't want it too thick. I've already put the fragrance in with the oils in this soap, so it's already smelling very nice. When I tested the fragrance, and they didn't tell me what it was, I actually thought it was a green apple type scent. So it definitely has a little bit of a fruitiness to it. I'm going to pour off about half of this for the grass. I've got some shamrock green and apple green mica in the bottom of this cup. I'm going to stir in here. Don't want it too thick, but I need to get all that mica stirred in. Okay, I think that's stirred in. Okay, I'm just going to pour off a little dab for some white clouds. It's going to be a pretty small batch. I'm going to save a little bit of my titanium in case I need to mix it with the blue. So the rest of this will be blue. I just did a little bit of ultramarine blue here with a bit of water. That's probably about the right color. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to build this so the top is in the bottom of the mold. Just going to pour a real thin layer. The other part that I prepped ahead of time was to make my sun with a little PVC pipe, and I've dusted the outside of it with a gold mica. So I'm just gonna lay this in here like that, and then I'm gonna pour the rest of the sky around it. And I really wish this white was thicker. Do a little in pot swirl. They're going to be wispy clouds. the blue is starting to set up. Looking good so far. Now we get to get the poppies in there. This is what my girls helped me roll into tiny little balls. They've got little poppy seeds pressed into one side of each one. So yes, this was a lot of work. I bet it took us 2 hours to make these, and then a little bit larger ones for the foreground, and then they also made one extra large one for each bar that'll go in the foreground. So I'm going to start by just making a layer of these. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of my grass color, just enough to mix them up. Now it's time to do a layer of bigger ones. I hope I have enough soap here because it's looking like I'm running low. Okay, well, my green is a little bit darker than I was hoping, because my idea for some stems was to add these soap curls in a horizontal direction, but they look like they're the same color as the green that I already have in there. So this may not work. I thought I used half the amount of green mica that I used for making these soap curls. That looks like the exact same amount. I suppose I ought to stick the foreground ones in here, but I don't know. There's not enough soap to bury them in at this point, so I don't know. Okay, so here it is, and my idea is to go ahead and just slice this off here so that it'll have a smooth bottom, and hopefully I didn't push too much of that green too far down there, because yeah, I might have. But anyway, I am going to look forward to cutting this. I think it'll be pretty, and I hope you guys have fun with this challenge too. Talk to you later.